in a big right hand. Paddy Pimblett. He's done it.
The UFC self-proclaimed cash cow, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, is mostly known for his brash and cocky persona, but he's got a few tricks up his sleeve in the cage, like flying submissions and wild knockouts. For some, Paddy is the next Conor McGregor, but for others, he is nothing more than a hype train who's a few burgers and pizzas away from ruining his career. Before he enters the Octagon for the biggest test of his career, let's take a look at the Baddy's journey from the streets of Liverpool to the UFC. Born in 1995 and raised in Liverpool, England, Paddy Pimblett's early years unfolded without anything remotely extravagant like wrestling bears. He was a skinny kid whose love affair with MMA started when he watched UFC 103 firefights that led him to a violent and unforgiving journey at the tender age of 15. Enrolling at Next Generation MMA, Pimblett swiftly learned the art of twisting limbs and cracking bones. Paddy made his professional MMA debut at a local event in 2012, and the Brit fired off some nice shots as soon as the fight started. Pimblett's aggression prompted his foe to wrestle, but the tables turned with the Liverpudlian ending up on top. For nearly 2 minutes, he beat his opponent into a pulp and showcased his innate killer instinct. The referee mercifully stopped the fight in less than 2 minutes. A few months later, Pimblett took things to a whole new level against Dougie Scott. The fight was reminiscent of Pimblett's UFC debut. His opponent shot for a takedown, but Pimblett countered
with a submission, really bad submission,
and choked him out in a little over 2 minutes.
He's panicking, and he's tapped out. So Scott Gregory goes.
Pimblett continued his impressive run in Cage Warriors, this time against Conrad Hayes. The fight went off to a flying start when Hayes landed a punch-kick combo.
Conrad Hayes immediately looking to take the center.
And Pimblett responded with a big head kick,
Good leg kicks, needs a shit early on here.
forcing Hayes to immediately go for a takedown. Pimblett was more than happy to fight in his world, where he secured top position and showcased his cold-blooded nature with ground and pound.
Posture to bring us one up kick though.
Hayes made his way back up, but then came a flying triangle choke that blew everyone out of the water. The flying submission was Pimblett's claim to fame, and it set him up for bigger fights.
Conrad Hayes is trying, might be finding some space.
Oh, England, Paddy!
Heading into his next bout against Stephen Martin, the British star was oozing with confidence. Seconds into the fight, however, Martin dropped Pimblett with a ballistic left hook.
Long limbs and
Pimblett survived, but the next few minutes were full of grappling and clinch exchanges. Right before the end of the first round, Pimblett landed a hellish elbow.
For an aggressive finish, a big left-handed and knee and elbow from Pimblett.
oh, a huge elbow.
The doctor refused to let the fight continue.
Baddy Pimblett!
After a few more victories, Pimblett secured a vacant featherweight title fight against Johnny Frichet in his hometown of Liverpool. Fueled by the partisan Scouse crowd, Paddy pressured his opponent with low kicks.
Submission win over Conrad. Certainly for the immediate future. Big leg kick by the Baddy.
And eventually capitalized on a missed jumping knee with a swift right hand.
Flying knee and a big right hand. Paddy Pimblett. He's done it.
In 90-odd seconds, he was the Cage Warriors champion.
And the new Cage Warriors.
Pimblett's first title defense was a lot tougher, however, and it came against a competent foe in Julian Erosa.
Big left kick, and Evans is down. Up, safe right now. Big knee. That's it.
In round one, Pimblett showcased his developing striking skills against Erosa's unorthodox style.
The game, the height becomes a huge advantage. Twice as many points on the judges' scorecard.
But as Erosa started to let his hands go, Pimblett opted to grapple, gaining back control but causing minimal damage.
Manages to scramble to the back.
Round 2 was a big one for the challenger, who dropped the champion and did damage on the ground.
In a wild exchange, Paddy's okay on the balance.
Round 3 initially favored Pimblett with takedowns
Can't finish it. Picks him up. Beautiful takedown from Paddy.
and top control, but Erosa's late striking resurgence raised questions about the round's outcome. Erosa dominated rounds 4 and 5, beating Pimblett from pillar to post.
And now, again that knee. This is better. Keeping the distance.
Well, a nice left hand there.
Although Pimblett's late efforts added uncertainties.
Switch kick out from Pimblett. Oh, nice combination.
Ultimately, Pimblett was declared the winner by a controversial decision.
Unanimous decision!
Title defense, Pimblett faced a seriously tough challenge at Nad Narimani.
Oh, that wasn't a click, that was a hard right hand.
Squeeze and he's got the tap.
Despite being the favorite, trouble began early for Pimblett as he was taken down.
Oh, nice. A right hand dodging on the single leg.
Although Pimblett's attempted submissions off his back, he couldn't escape the challenger's blows.
Exactly, you can't stop working in.
In the second round, Narimani pressured with forward movement and powerful strikes.
Switch kick again there. Narimani, shoot Pimblett. Oh, and he gets that.
Round 3 saw numerous ground scrambles where Pimblett showcased his diversity, although he failed to finish. By round 4, Narimani's straight shots took a toll on Pimblett,
This is scoring him some points.
who struggled to find his distance. To make matters worse, he was taken down and controlled again.
His weight cut.
It's a far leg. Oh, but once he got on top.
Narimani continued his excellent showing in round 5,
That's why he's getting hit a lot. He needs to come out hard shot there. Oh,
beating Pimblett in his hometown and ruining the rowdy after-party.
but I feel
Following his loss to Narimani, Pimblett moved up to lightweight and fought Soren Bach for the vacant 155-pound belt. In the opening round, Paddy came out guns blazing,
So back opening up with shots early. Good duck under from Pimblett.
securing back control and attempting a deep rear naked choke on Bach. Bach survived the round despite being in a perilous position. The Dane bounced back in round 2, landing solid strikes.
Oh, that was a good shot.
Oh, big shot. He's in the guard of Paddy Pimblett. Oh, nice combination. Soren back.
And putting Pimblett under the pump.
Oh, good elbow.
Bach maintained offensive pressure in the third, forcing Pimblett into a messy takedown attempt that he successfully defended.
But that's back with a good flurry. Oh, again that reap and back.
As the fight entered the championship rounds, Bach continued to thrive.
Oh, nice right hand.
If someone gets a good upper hand, and that is Soren back.
And maintaining top position on the ground.
Good position for Pimblett, and he looks for the outside heel position, but Pimblett's not out of danger yet.
Oh, nice up.
Knowing that he needed a Hail Mary KO or submission in the 5th round, Pimblett pressed forward with mean intentions. But Bach kept tagging Pimblett on the feet to win by a comfortable decision. The setbacks were serious enough to have put many off track, but Pimblett's hype train was off and running again in 2020. In his first fight since 2018, Pimblett faced numerous challenges like a short-notice opponent, quarantine conditions, and an empty arena when he returned against Decky Dalton. The early exchanges favored Dalton more,
Dalton has absolutely. You know what? Taking this fight on short notice.
but then Dalton slipped, probably confused by the shocking orange of Paddy's trousers. The Baddy could only honor his name, and with a flurry of punches, he got a technical knockout.
Pushing with the hips, big punches here. Dalton turns to his back. Pimblett transitions. When you go belly down on someone, ruled out, he's almost hyperextended backwards. And there we go.
A year later, the Brit returned to face David Martinez. Early in the fight, Pimblett unleashed a high kick that made his opponent do a double take. He followed it up with a flurry of punches and a flying knee.
Oh, nice shots there from Pimblett. Chasing Martinez round the floor.
Seizing the momentum, the Brit executed a takedown from their impromptu dance.
Big takedown from the Baddy.
On the canvas, Pimblett turned into a submission maestro and attacked Martinez with relentless flair.
Now position, Martinez turns up and Paddy gets the back straight.
Ultimately, Pimblett wrapped up the one-sided battle with a rear naked choke,
Big squeeze and it's over.
putting a befitting end to a successful career in Cage Warriors. Often when one chapter ends, it paves the way for something greater, and this was precisely the case when Pimblett inked a deal with the UFC in 2021, making his debut in September of the same year against Luigi Vendramini. Pimblett faced an early scare as Vendramini made him pay for his recklessness with a powerful left hook. Despite being rattled, Pimblett remained on his feet, and Vendramini went for the kill.
Landed a couple kicks, but once again,
making the same mistake as Paddy. That's when the tables turned. Pimblett capitalized on Vendramini's relentless attack by cracking him with a beautifully timed right hand.
Mike, he's a fighter. Look at that.
Unlike Pimblett, Vendramini failed to recover in time and was folded like a lawn chair.
I'm here to take over, lad. I'm the new cash cow. I'm the new main man on the UFC roster. I best be in the game next week, lad. That's simple, know what I mean?
6 months later, Pimblett returned to face Rodrigo Cazula Vargas at UFC London, where despite not headlining, the Baddy was the star of the show. Early in the first round, Vargas kicked things off with a stinging punch that connected with Pimblett,
When it comes to
leading to a ground battle. While atop, Vargas aimed to control and advance,
advantage on the feet.
with Pimblett persistently working to rise.
To get back up to his feet.
Pimblett's fortunes took a positive turn with a well-timed hip toss
His knee.
that put Vargas in a dangerous spot. Without wasting any time, Pimblett swiftly secured Vargas's back, slipping his arm under the chin. Despite Vargas's resistance, Pimblett locked in a tight rear naked choke and leaving the opponent no choice but tapping out. 4 months later, Pimblett faced a chirpy opponent in Jordan Levitt.
I'm gonna teabag him, lad. I'm gonna teabag him like it's Modern Warfare 2.
Although it was far from a heated rivalry, there were still teabagging rights on the line. In the first round, Levitt asserted control over Pimblett by executing multiple takedowns.
But he gets him down. He's got that figure four.
After a forceful slam, the American found himself ensnared in a perilous choke, narrowly escaping a submission loss.
Jordan is using his legs.
The grappling exchanges continued on the mat, with both fighters claiming minor victories in the first half of the round.
And he's bringing it. He's going to watch that guillotine.
As they returned to their feet, the two traded kicks,
40 seconds. Oh, nice jumping team.
ending the round with Baddy in top control. The second round started with Levitt relying heavily on kicks,
Interesting end to the round.
and Pimblett on hands. Halfway through the second round, the blonde from Liverpool from the clinch position landed a knee on Levitt's temple,
Trying to get that. Oh, nice knee. Big knee.
took him to the ground, taking control of his back. The exhausted Levitt decided he had had enough and gave up, giving the win to Pimblett by rear naked choke.
This is it. That's tight. He gets it.
A sober victory dance definitively put an end to the dispute that arose between the opponents. With 3 spectacular finishes in 3 fights, Pimblett was expected to breeze through Jared Gordon as well, but it was tougher than many expected. The first round saw both fighters landing shots, but Gordon's left hook wobbled Paddy. Having found the gap in the Brit's defense, the Yankee landed several annoying left hands and some right hands. Pimblett adopted a kick-heavy strategy in the second round and avoided the left hooks that troubled him earlier. A few exchanges of blows made the round more enjoyable to watch. In round 3, Gordon controlled Pimblett against the cage, trying to get Paddy to the ground. The fight ended with the Englishman on Jared's back. UFC judges scored the fight in Pimblett's favor, to the surprise of many. If anything, Pimblett wasn't happy with his performance either, but he later revealed that an ankle injury hindered his activity. The extravagant blonde from the city of the Beatles will face the real test against Tony Ferguson. Paddy Pimblett will have to truly prove his worth, because the boogeyman doesn't like oddities and doesn't forgive mistakes. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more teabag celebration, choke the like button and subscribe to the channel.